Prophecy number 2. Rene, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Bloodshed in Nigeria. This is gonna be short. Bloodshed in Nigeria. A prophecy. If you are from Nigeria, I want you to listen very carefully. Because the heavenlies is against that nation. I don't care how many prophets are there. You have Oyedepos, you have TB Joshua's, you have the Yakilomes, you have the Mike Okonkwo's. I can go on and on and on, and the younger one that has come up. God is saying that I should ask all of you, bishops and archbishops, and prophets and doctors and pastors, Johnson Suleiman, you are part of this group. Omokbai, you are part of this group. Heaven is saying I should ask all of you, what price are you willing to pay for your nation to be set free from the way it is going? I will start with those of you from the Igbo land. Anambra, Ebonyi, Imo, Abia, Enugu State, 5 states. I'll start with you guys. You guys are traders and business class. You don't like government so much. You've only started recently to like government because you see the money that is in it. What price are you willing to pay to be a nation? You guys are, my father went and fought with my uncles and family members. They fought for Ojukwu, the Oboso one of Nigeria. He ran away to Ivory Coast. I'm not trying to haul an insult on him, but he did the right thing to flee for his life anyway. But the people were not properly prepared to go to war. My father said that there was no plate, no soup. They put soup in their hand, hot soup in their hand for them to eat. Thank God my father made it and came back. Let me tell you, I am not a Biafran. Neither am I a Nigerian. I am an American. Period. But I have my root back there. So listen carefully to what heaven said I should tell this nation. Those of you from the 5 states that make up the Igbo tribes, because Africans are village rooted. They are village rooted people. Everything they do in the city, they take it back to the village. They are, I call them village kings and queens. That's who they are. That's why the African people are where they are today, because they are village oriented. Everybody wants to be the king and the queen of their village or of their little town. Igbos cannot work together. I want to tell you that. I'm telling you what heaven showed me. Igbos cannot work together. Even if you got a nation, you are going to fight against each other and destroy each other. Right now, I am not there, but I hate what all of you are saying. I'm not there. When I go to my place of prayer, my altar, I see what you guys already quarreling. Where the headquarters of your nation or Biafra nation is going to be. Is it going to be at Onitsha, or is it going to be at Owerri, or at Enugu, or at Umuahia? You are already quarreling. Let me tell you the biggest problem of Igbo people. Since every Igbo man and woman want to be a king and a queen of their village, so the Yorubas and the Hausas can buy you and trade you and dump you. That's why since 1960, I will tell you, as of October 1st, 2017, Nigeria became 57 years. But it's a shame, shame on all of you. Because you are worth nothing. Like the African American guy said, you ain't worth a shit and you are no shit. That's what I would say about the African continent and everything that is in it. Because we've not yet been able to sit down and ask ourselves, where are we going? Where are we heading to? We are fooling ourselves. Innocent Odo, the Anglican Bishop of Evo, Rivers State, Nigeria, he said, Nigeria is like a big cake. Somebody needs to bring a big knife and cut it into slices and let each go their different way. I have read the history of what happens before, during, and after the Civil War. The white man left, the English left, and the Africans began to fight among themselves in Nigeria. And in every other place, Congo, Rwanda, name it, has been the same story. The European left, and the Africans begin to fight among themselves. That's why the African-American guy looked at that continent and said, you don't want a shit, and you are no shit. I'm not here to insult anybody or use ghetto language, but I'm telling you what one said. He went there, he saw, he said, there is no white man there. It is African people. Why can't they do something about their continent? I said, why would they do something about themselves when they are village kings and village queens? By the way, go and look at the movies of Ali Mazrui, the Africans. We are the only one, the African people are the only one who never went out to conquer, who never went out to see how the world really is. They were satisfied with food. And where they were. And every other person came and conquered them because they didn't go to conquer. That's why I'm telling those of you who are Christians, if you are not willing, if you are not willing to be a conqueror, you'll be conquered by others. If what Trump is doing in America today was to lead America to start conquering nations, that would have been different for me. I love it. Ha! Because after the Second World War, show me one war that America has been involved in that has been a profitable war. None. It has been a wasting of our taxpayers' money. Let me talk to you guys from Nigeria. Those of you, Nnamdi, I'm calling somebody's name, Nnamdi Kanu, and the rest of you, before you lead the Igbos to go and start to fight war, prepare them first on how to be disciplined. Prepare them on how to work together. Prepare them on how not to be bought. Because the Hausas and the Fulanis, the Islamic people who have appetite and greed for power, will buy your people for a penny, a nickel, and a kobo and naira. And every meeting you are trying to do all over the world, I'm going to give you a report card here. I'm going to give you your test score. Many of the people who are coming to your meeting, Nnamdi, they are coming to betray what you are trying to do. So go and prepare your people first on how to refuse to be bought. They'll give them money to buy a house, build a house, buy a car, and put some money away in overseas. And they will turn around and betray the Biafrans. And all those other ethnic groups you think are with you, they are going to be bought. Nowadays, people can also buy the Hausa and Fulanis. Their kingdom is shaky because they don't have anything. So any of the region in Nigeria that want to be a nation, go first and prepare your people on how to be disciplined, how to resist money when you don't need that money. When what you need is a nation first, and not the money, and not the house, and not the car. Until that is done, Nnamdi and the rest of you, the Biafran people, stop raising the passion of people to go to war, to fight for their independence, because your people are not yet prepared for it. And your people are being shot and killed by Nigerian army. Where are your people that has been prepared to fight back? Because they should start retaliating. If Boko Haram people are fighting soldiers, Nigerian armies, where are your soldiers? People of God, listen to what I'm going to tell you. I want to address the president of Nigeria, Mr. Buhari. Buhari, listen very carefully. I knew I was a little boy when you were overthrown. You were there for a few this thing, and you were overthrown by, I think, Sani Abacha, who died a very stupid death. And I'm saying this to all of the Hausa Fulanese people. You are leading Nigeria to bloodshed. I've seen bloodshed. Nigeria is not the Nigeria of the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Buhari, listen, you are the president. I knew when you came to this America and you had interview everywhere because you wanted to be president, you felt finally you got it. So listen carefully to what I'm going to tell you, because this will not be repeated. I'm telling you as a prophet because I've seen what is coming. There is more weapons in the east side of Nigeria than in the north. There is more weapons. If you know the weapons of warfare that has been sent by the children of the 5 Igbo, they call them nations, Igbo states, including weapons that are hiding where you live, where the Hausa Fulanis are, because there are Hausa Fulanis who are going to betray Hausa Fulanis. They've been bought already and paid off, and the weapons is there. A lot of Hausa Fulanis military men have already been bought. They are just there waiting for the time. A lot of people from Calabar, from the riverine area, Edo, Yoruba, they are waiting. Somebody has already poured petrol and kerosene on Nigeria. We are waiting for somebody to strike the match. And you are using Islamic politics. Leave Islam out of this. Those of you who are Muslims in Nigeria, leave your religion alone. Stop pushing it. Because you will be held accountable for the next warfare. Because the core knot is not going to escape it. It will burn by fire. Islamic territories are going to be destroyed. I'm just telling you this. There is going to be a massacre in Nigeria like it has never been found, because Igbos are going to fight Igbos. Yorubas are going to fight Yorubas. So if you think that because you're Yoruba and you speak Yoruba, which is the language of those who belong to Nigeria is Yoruba, anyway. If you think that because you're a Yoruba man and you're in Yoruba land, you are going to escape the bloodshed that is coming, you are lying. Because the Yorubas, in spite of the fact that many Yorubas do not like what politician Yorubas are doing, is coming. Oyedepo doesn't like it. And the rest of them. So listen carefully to what is going to happen. This is what the Lord told me. Nigeria should be divided into regions. Nigeria should be divided into regions or territories. Whether it be 9 territories, fine with me. Each territory should be allowed to produce a president. And then the vice president should come from a neutral place. If the houses, I'm not going to turn it on anymore. Come on, that's enough. If the, no. Your line is not going through, so I don't know what to do, okay? It's disturbing the program. Okay, if it does that one more time, we'll turn that line off. If the Hausa Fulanis and Yorubas, the Westerners, and the Core North want to keep producing the presidents and the vice presidents of Nigeria, hear what I'm about to tell you. You are going to be held responsible for the death of millions of people. Because there are people who are willing to put everything they've worked for on the line, including their blood, to destroy that nation. There are people who've been waiting for this time. So this is a warning. You cannot build a nation without everybody building it together. Okay, that should be enough. That's enough of it. You cannot build a nation with just 2 groups of people, 2 tribes running the nation. It's not allowed. You can do it this way, since you guys are African mentality. Every 4 years, somebody complete, don't make it 8 years, because people are desperate to be in power. An Igbo man is there for 4 years, leave it for an Akwa Ibom man, leave it for an Edo, Delta Urobo man, a Benin man, leave it for a Calabar man, leave it for somebody from the riverine area of River State, leave it for somebody from the Middle Belt. Every 4 years, put that into your constitution, and that will solve the problem. Stop trying to make your people to be in charge of ministry of this, ministry of that. It should be shared equally. The ministries should reflect the regions. The person in charge of education should never be a Muslim. In fact, the person in charge of education should be a neutral person. An area that is neither Christian nor Muslim should be running such things, like education, like finance. It does not mean that if your people are not in charge of government, you will not survive it. So if there was no oil, like there is now a curse on the oil in Nigeria, will you not survive with your peanuts and onions and pepper? Will you not survive with it? You promise, those of you from the corner, you promise the rest of them that you have been receiving money from the Arab world. Well, the money is coming to an end now. When are you? I heard that you guys are going back to Operation Feed the Nation. So now your money is now dawning. You guys know that politics is not enough. The oil is not enough. Even those who have more oil than Nigeria are now going for solar. When are you going to start solar? I see bloodshed. All of that is going to happen because two tribes are not keeping their appetite to be in charge in check. Because the rest can take it so long. And the rest of you, when are you going to start sending many of your sons and daughters to the military? Because that's what the Hausas and Fulanis have done. Let me tell you, those who want to wage a jihad on the rest of the country will fail. Secondly, restore Christian religious knowledge to the schools immediately. If you will not restore it, then remove African traditional religion and Islamic and Arabic studies. Let it all go. Let Nigeria be neutral when it comes to religion. Because what are you going to gain from religion? Nothing. Whether you are Christian or whether you are Muslim, you are only using religion for your political aim, for your political goals. Especially to steal, to cheat, and to deprive other people of opportunity to become somebody. The Yorubas, is about time that you stop conniving with people you should not connive with. You should be the teachers. You are the most educated of the tribes in Nigeria. You should use your education for good to teach the Igbos, the Calabars, the Idos, the Robos, the Sokos and the TVs. You should use your education. You guys have the most professors, the most engineers, the most doctors are from the Yoruba tribe. Why don't you be the teacher, the good teacher of the nation, instead of conniving with the Hausas and Fulanis? And those of you among the Hausas and Fulanis who are good leaders, good people, why are you not talking? Why are you not talking to your people? When you see what they are doing in the name of Islam, how can you impose a religion upon a nation with 3 different religions and some people without none? Nigeria is waiting for the person who is going to strike the match. The Boko Haram thing is small. Something big is coming. And it's going to come from everywhere. The snakes has hatched from the eggs, and they are coming from everywhere. They will attack that nation and destroy that nation. Let me tell you what is going to happen. There's a core group of people outside Nigeria. And there's also a core group of people inside the military in Nigeria. And there are also a core group of people inside the various religions and various political groups in Nigeria. They are going to open the door for mysteries to happen. Those of you who want to become politicians, you will hate being a politician when that day is coming, when that day comes. And it's going to come sooner than you guys think. Rotate the presidency. Stop imposing your religion or your politics on that nation. If not, it will be worse than the genocide of Rwanda. Because if you are thinking that you are going to wipe out the Yoruba man, or you are going to wipe out the Igbo man, or you are going to wipe out the Hausa Fulani man, or the Calabar man, and so on, you're wasting your time, because there's too much weapons in Nigeria right now. And everybody is pretending. Everybody is smiling and suffering. It will just reach a place where it will begin. Let me tell you, it will begin in the night. And you will think that it's just one of those things. You will send soldiers to go and stop it. And while you are sending the soldiers, the people are killing the soldiers, and the war begins. Those of you from the Igbos, those of you from the Hausas, Fulani, Yorubas, etc., be warned, because your unchecked appetite for power and for money is leading your nation to its doom and destruction. You may say that I don't like that country. That's why I'm saying this. I'm not saying that because I don't like that country. I'm saying it because I like that country. And I want it to survive. Next thing that God said I should tell you guys is this. If the desire to be together as a nation is not there anymore, please stop looking at the oil. Let Nigeria become a regional nation. Let each region be autonomous. I'm going to warn the Igbo man. Do not try to go and seize the oil of the coastal areas. Leave them alone with their oil. Don't try to turn them into Biafra. It's not acceptable. And the Hausa and Yoruba man to try to use those with the oil against each other and against the rest is not acceptable. Because already there is a curse on the oil. Oil will not save Nigeria. Oil will not save, crude oil will not save Nigeria. Nigeria is under a curse right now. That nation is under a curse. And until you guys do what I've told you, and there is a national repentance in that nation, and you start to rotate the presidency and the vice presidency, you start to rotate it, that nation is going to experience a bloodshed that is not prepared for. You have been warned. A word is enough for the wise. There is a man that I am asked to talk to. There's a man I'm asked to talk to. Obasanjo, God is talking to you. You are the key power broker in Nigeria. You, Theophilus Danjuma, and the rest of you in that group, it's a clique, it's a circle. There is a warning coming to those of you who have tested the military. If Nigeria fails, it fails because you choose to do nothing. You choose to allow fear from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west. You choose to allow that fear to destroy your nation. That is the word of the Lord for Nigeria. Now let me say something to the churches. Stop preaching empty gospel. Turn your people. Churches should turn their members to business people. The days is coming, and the days are short. Something bad is going to happen to Nigeria, except they heed this prophecy. Toy with it, you perish. Work with it, you succeed.